Hello Capricorn, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Capricorn is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It's totally free, doesn't cost you anything. If there's anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Capricorn, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And Wheel of Fortune. Very nice. I feel like the wheel is turning back into your favor. I feel that there's really this expansive energy that's approaching your life. This growth. There is a lot of prosperity. It's kind of it's an expansion of things. I don't know if you have a business, the business is going to the next level, right? Something is expanding. We're building upon something that we already have, and we're making it better, right? I think we're really on a roll here. I think that you've been experiencing a series of kind of big wins, or maybe, small wins, but good things. A series of positive events have been happening in your life. And I feel like we're ready now for the big one. I'm from California, right? And we kind of, we had earthquakes, in California. So we'd get these little tremors, and we think, we know the big one's coming soon, I feel like this is kind of that, where we get these little samples of the good stuff. And we know that really big win, that really big jackpot is right around the corner. All right. I want to put that card into some context. Okay. Let's see what we're doing. Let's see where we're doing it. And let's see what the result of it might be. We get an Ace of Pentacles. And look at that. These look very similar. They're both wheels, right? One is more of the spiritual, the potential, and this is the real, the actual, the manifested benefits of whatever this work is that you're doing. This to me feels like that big jackpot. This feels like the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, right? Let's keep going here. Well, now we've got that sun, and it does take the sunshine to make the rainbow, right? To illumine the path and for us to see what is at the end of this work. We see this series of things happening. I think it has been kind of now we see some caution, we see the prudence, we see the diligence and care with which you are working in this endeavor, whatever this might be. We see a Ten of Wands, we see the Chariot. Of course, the Cancer energy makes an appearance in your readings because Cancer is your opposite energy. It's your opposite sign, right? So I feel like this is things really turning around. It's almost like life's starting to do a 180 now. That maybe things haven't been the best. Maybe this Eight of Pentacles is you really being frugal, being very prudent, kind of tightening your belt, sticking to the budget, being very cautious, being very careful, really pinching pennies, as they say, right? And I feel like now something is kind of turning around. You're going to have more than what you need, right? Does that make sense here? I feel like there's been a lot of strange things happening to you lately, like uncanny, weird, almost even spooky, supernatural synchronicities, have been happening. And I think there's just a lot of these little things happening that make you feel like we're ramping up to something big. Yeah. Let's keep going. We have a few more cards to set out. We've got the Three of Wands. We've got a Princess of Cups. We've got the Star. We've got both stars, right? We've got the distant star, and we've got the star that's right up close and personal, our very own sun. And, look at that. Two cards came out. at once. And they just happen to be the Queen and the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is your power card, right? It is the cardinal earth energy, fire of earth. This is the Capricorn superpower card. And we also have the Queen of Pentacles. So there's this idea of past and future. There's this idea of a turnaround, a turning point. You see, backwards and then looking forwards. This is really, really nice. Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is one random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot that we're going to set down over here. We're going to put our very own Kelly Kapoor right there on top. And we're not going to look at that card until the very end. All right, but it will tie everything together and it will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If you feel like you know what that card is, you can go ahead and put your prediction down in the comments. We can do it together. We can make it a group exercise of intuition. All right. Let's take a look around the room one more time. We got major, 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 major arcana. Good major arcana. Lots of major arcana. And they both are all four. There's two sets here. I kind of feel like the star and the chariot and the sun and the wheel kind of go together because the sun is the wheel, right? Or if we think of the sun as our self, as our spiritual self, the Wheel of Fortune is the orbit, is the kind of cycles, the patterns that we do in life, that we travel. And I feel like sometimes we're at the bottom of the wheel, you know? And I think what's back here, what we're looking at in the past, and maybe these cards, we're at the bottom of the wheel here. Things have not been going perfectly, right? We've been having to put in a lot of effort for very little reward, right? Fire and earth. This is the power of creation. This is what we try to do. And for the 10 wands that we put into something, we're only getting 8 pentacles out of it. That's not a very efficient machine, right? But I feel like what's happening now is things are turning around. This is the turning point between that past energy and this future. Now, this is the vision of the future where we can see the absolute greatest manifestation of our will, of our path, right, of our destiny. We can see it now. We've got that star energy too, and I feel as if there's this awareness, there's a kind of a spiritual awakening taking place right now for you, and this is where you are able to start seeing those patterns, start to see those synchronicities, yeah, that are kind of leading you towards something. It's like you're following the breadcrumbs, you know? And I think it's leading you to this jackpot. And it's not so much instinct, but more intuition. It's more really not even that. It's kind of visually seeing something in the environment, something that has a correspondence in your soul, right? And using that to traverse a path. Okay, and I think that's part of this chariot energy too. The chariot is usually an energy that likes to follow the path, you know. And I think you're following the spiritual path. And this is kind of maybe you had a really good day at work. You're thinking, okay, you know, it's kind of rare, but good. And then you had another one. Then something really, really good happened somewhere else in life. And then there's this another weird thing that's just kind of like, wait a minute now. You know, now something's really going on. This is almost too much. It's kind of like it's like on top of everything else, then you go and you find $20 on the street or something, you know? And then suddenly you got the green lights. And then you thought your car was going to cost $1 million to fix. Turns out it's nothing. It just needed a little screw twisted or something. It's just $5. So it's like all these little wins. And you're just saying, okay, I'm going to keep following them one to the next, to the next, to the next. And it really feels like it's leading you somewhere. Okay, and it feels like it's leading you somewhere that better than you ever imagined. We've got the Princess of Cups in the position of the environment. And I think that this really is, this is a card that represents those synchronicities. This is the fish in the percolator card, right? Following the uncanny, following those kind of magical, weird novelties, those things that are out of place, those little breadcrumbs that Spirit is leaving for you. We follow those. And we lead to a good day, a win, right? And it's just getting better and better, more and more. The more we trust in Spirit, the more we follow the omens, the signs, the synchronicities around us, the more we're experiencing these little jackpots, these little wins that are growing larger and larger and larger with that Wheel of Fortune, right? Everything's expanding. So it could be that a lot of things are just in sync for you. A lot of things are just falling into place. And you can see that your success is starting to grow and grow and grow. And I think it's culminating in something. And I think there is this, we're reaching a critical mass here where our future just it just explodes in front of us. You know, the way forward just opens suddenly. And then I feel like the chariot is just full speed ahead, you know. The Eight of Pentacles here in the background, again, is kind of that slow, prudent. We're trying to save gas. We're trying to go very, very slow. We're not really trusting in everything blindly. We're trying to pinch pennies. Maybe we're cutting corners a little bit. We're trying to really squeeze the last bit of results out of our efforts, right? We've got a 10 of Wands up here at the top. I think that you're kind of at your last straw, you know, kind of at the end of the rope here, where there's just not much more that you can do. You've been pushing and struggling and striving and working very, very hard, exhausting yourself. And it's kind of like, okay, we're waiting for the payoff. When is this really going to kick in? When am I going to have this breakthrough moment? Okay? I think Spirit is starting to lead you to that breakthrough moment with these breadcrumbs. Okay? And what we have to do is stay loyal to that energy. Trust in Spirit. Trust in your own brightness, your own sun within you. Okay? We think of the star, we think of our goal as something that's way out there, this starlight, this divine energy, God, goddess, deity. We think of it as something out there that is distant, that's not really present in our life. It's not really, don't have a day-to-day relationship with it, you know. But here with this sun, this is what's in the core of you. This is that divine spark. This is not even a spark. This is a raging ball of fire, of divine fire within you, that is identical with the star that is way out there. They're both stars, right? But this is yours. This is you up close and personal. And this is fueling all of this. And this is your ability to connect. And this is your ability to kind of see the future, right? It is this kind of solar consciousness that is illuminating the mind of the Knight of Pentacles. Again, your superpower card, seeing the future. The Knight of Pentacles can see what's happening a week from now, a year, 5 years, 10 years down the road. You can see exactly who you are going to be, where you're going to be, and what you're going to be doing. So then we can reverse engineer that, and we can start making these decisions, these choices. We can start following those breadcrumbs now to get to this future that we want. And again, better than you ever imagined, right? There's no limit to what we can dream. This is the Princess of Cups. No limit to what we can dream here. The further we dream, the further out we look, the further we progress on our path, the larger the dream becomes. It just keeps on going, right? So there really is no limit here. It's surpassing our imagination, but what we have to do is not get stuck in this past energy. We have to be willing to look forward and take advantage of these little moments, these little good events, these little happy moments, you know. But the Queen of Pentacles is always looking at the past. And it's good. We're looking at the past. We're looking at how much effort we put into something. We're looking at our attention to detail and how we really tried to make the most. This is a card that's kind of like we're putting some water in the ketchup bottle. You know what I mean? To kind of make it last longer. You know what I mean? Anyway, it reminds me of my days in food service. These are good skills to have. And so the Queen of Pentacles is looking at the past, wants to remember all of those good habits that we had. You know, I'm not saying that you should put ketchup in water in the ketchup, but the ways that we were very frugal, very economical, very cost-effective, Good skills to have. When we are now moving into the future, let's keep these past skills. Let's take what we've learned from our struggles and apply them to the future too. Because I think that's how we're going to avoid what might be a little bit of the shadow side of this Sun card, and that is like the lifestyle creep, We start getting more and more success. We start spending more and more, right? You earn a little bit more money, you start spending a little bit more money. And that's what we want to live below our means, So the Queen of Pentacles is very smart for remembering all these things that we've been through, all these skills that we've kind of had to learn, keeping them, using them, taking them with us into this future. And I think that's how we're going to really make the most of this big jackpot, because we know how to save money. We know how to be efficient and economical. We know how to have a budget. We know how to tighten our belts. And just because now you're coming into all of this success doesn't mean that you have to totally loosen the belt. We still want to keep that same mindset, that same skill set as we move into the future. The only difference, I think, is that you might get to turn down this 10 of Wands a little bit. Or you're going to be receiving in a more balanced proportion. The effort that you put into something, you're going to get even more out of it. So it's kind of going to be, I think, almost a reversal of what this is. You're putting in 10, you're only getting 8. That's not fair, right? What about putting in 8 and getting out 10? Well, that's a little more like it, right? And I think that's kind of this reversal that we're talking about. It's getting more out of your efforts rather than less. Yeah. Let's talk about the 3 of Wands. This is you with integrity. This is you with a strong work ethic. This is you saying, well, even if I'm getting more for my work, it doesn't mean that I'm going to put in less effort. You're not one of those people that will try to find ways to do less work for more money. Not to say that you're not trying to work smarter, but you're not willing to cut corners. You're not willing to sacrifice your integrity, your principles. You have a work ethic, right? So you're still willing to put in 110%, but now you're going to get 110 back, or maybe 120. You're not going to say, well, I'm just going to coast by at 50% and just collect the money. That's not you. You're a hard worker, right? I feel that you have that built into you, And I think it's probably through, I feel like it's through your mom energy, right? The female, the maternal energy that raised you. I feel like they instilled some of this work ethic in you. And I don't think mom is still with you. Yeah, I feel like mom is passed, but I feel like she's really still a big part of your life. Yeah. We talked about the Princess of Cups here, and that's really a card that wants to keep dreaming. Yeah. This is something that is always looking for more magic, always looking for more of the picture that they haven't seen. So there's really no end game here. There's no end result. There's no stopping. It's only limited by our own imagination, and that our imagination is infinite. Okay. So I feel like you're going to keep making a lot of progress. And I don't know if you have a business, maybe this is a creative thing, maybe this is something with a life path, maybe it's a spiritual thing, a creative thing, a family thing. Whatever it is, I feel like this is all of it. I feel like this is you paying the bills at home. This is also the kind of job you have, the kind of work that you're doing. And I feel like either you're making a big change as far as what work you do, or you're finding more opportunities within the same job or the same field. Okay. But there is this almost this 180, and really the 180 with the past and the future, And right now we're in that in-between moment where we're still coming off of this past and we're still trying to follow this path into the future and see where it's leading us. We've got that star energy. We're still trying to follow that starlight. And it might be really a big, important message for you to stop looking outside for the answers, but start looking within. Okay? Too much we think that the answers are out there somewhere, or that we think our success, our aspiration, what we want in life, our destiny, our fate, our best life is somewhere way out there, right? The stars are far away. The sun now is up close and personal. It's something that's right here with you. It's always been with you. And this is the knowledge, the certainty, the clarity, the sense of destiny, the path, right? Your mission in life. And it's something that has always been with you, even though we have been looking outside for it. Trying to find out, well, where out there am I supposed to go? Where out there am I supposed to be? Well, we are always right where we're supposed to be. But we just have to start looking at things that way. You know, a lot of self-reliance here with this card, with the sun. I want to look at the mystery card. I'm really, really happy that we got both of these. We got the past and we've got the future. And I think that this really is that jackpot that is going to turn your life completely 180, right? But don't let it go to your head. Don't let that lifestyle creep up on you, okay? With this mystery card, I'd like to see some water energy. I want to see a 6, a 3, a 9, or a 10 of cups, showing that we're happy, showing that we're celebrating this, you know? I feel like you've been struggling with this in this past energy, this Queen of Pentacles, the 8 of Pentacles, the 10 of Wands. It's been a struggle. You've been showing up every day. You've been giving it your very, very best, and it's just we're waiting for that big break. We're waiting for that moment where things turn around. Maybe this will be the Wheel of Fortune again. Yeah, it could be. If you have a prediction, put it down in the comments. A 6 of Wands, victory, right? Victory. This is good because look at this. This is a 3 of Wands. We've got the 10 of Wands. We've got the 6. So I feel like the 6 is really, it's the sweet spot, right? This is victory over the challenges, over the obstacle, the difficult life, the hard life. I feel like it's turning around. I don't want to say it's over, right? But there's a shift, right? Now we feel like we're winning. But you're not winning alone. You're not an island. I think there is this, there is a connection with family here, right? There might even be a younger female energy in your life. I don't know if you've got a daughter or a younger sibling or something, but I feel like there's a younger female energy around you as well. But I feel like this is for everyone, right? And maybe you live with people, maybe you have maybe you have a spouse and you have kids and all this stuff, pets. This is something that's good for everyone. At first, I kind of got the feeling that you were mostly alone, but now I'm not feeling that. Now I feel like you have a support system with you, but I feel like you're the primary breadwinner. You're the one that really is kind of responsible for everything, and this is a good win. This is a triumph, right? This is victory, and I think that this jackpot is giving. Now that jackpot doesn't solve everything, right? You have to learn how to use that. If it's a jackpot of money, maybe this is getting that amazing job, getting that big promotion. Maybe you win something, or I don't know. If it's a large sum of money, that's not the answer to all the problems, because you have to utilize your skill, your consciousness, your awareness, your power to do the right things with that money. You could get the highest paying job in the world, but if you don't know how to manage it, if you don't know how to deal with it, if you're irresponsible, if you have a poor work ethic, if you just get kind of lost in spending all that money, it's not going to help you. And that's why it's so important that we got the Queen of Pentacles too, because you're not forgetting where you came from. You're not forgetting those skills that you learned. And I think that is the real win. The jackpot isn't the win, but it's what you do with that jackpot, how you manage that jackpot, how you use it to further your life, to improve your life, improve the quality of your life, to alleviate suffering, to transcend your circumstances, to always try to do better and better and better. Yeah. Very nice. We're going to do an extended reading. If you want to stick around for that, there's a link up here. There's one down below. New readings for Capricorn every Thursday and Sunday, but I am here every day. You can come see me again tomorrow. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. It doesn't cost you anything. Leave a comment for me. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know, Capricorn, that you are the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you, and we're all in this together.